Hey guys, welcome back to Kat's Kitchen. I'm Kathleen, and today we're going to work on making some hot dog buns. I'm just going to use this recipe that I had laying around. I've used it a few times for hamburger buns, and my husband liked the taste and the consistency of these, so I'm going to try to use this for hot dog buns. And as you can see, my kitchen is totally trash. I usually run my dishwasher at night, and when I hit start last night, I must not have hit it correctly because it did not run. So I had to do 2 loads of dishes today, so I'm behind. But I'm going to go ahead and get this dough started, and then I'm going to start working on cleaning the kitchen. Because this has to sit in the mixer for 10 to 15 minutes while the yeast proofs. So let's see, I need 1 25-ounce package of active dry yeast. I think that's 2 1/4 teaspoons. 1/4 teaspoon. So let me go ahead and use this one, and then I'll try to find my 1 teaspoon. I got 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm just going to use this 4 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/2 cup of flour, and then 1 cup of warm water. Let me get the water warming up. And 1/2 cup of flour. Yes. So I've never made hot dog buns. I've made hamburger buns, but never hot dog buns. So I'm curious to see if I can get the shape right on this. I might have to do different shapes for multiple different dough balls to see if I can find what works best with this recipe. Alright, so I need 1 cup of warm water. One cup of warm water. And I'm just going to turn this on for a few seconds to mix it well. I think I need a spoon. Alright. So this has to sit for, let's see, 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer, and then I'm going to work on doing my dishes. Alright, dishes are done, so that's one less chore I have to worry about this evening. I was dreading about doing those dishes all day, so I'm glad that's finally done. After we do the hot dog buns, I plan on finishing up my hot sauce. I gotta wait for my daughter to go to bed tonight, since I don't want to worry about her eating the hot sauce or touching something and touching her face or her eyes. It's just easier if she's not in the kitchen when I do that. Let's see, there's something else I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to clean out my freezer. My husband got the 2 freezers hooked up outside, the 2 new ones. So I want to go through this freezer, take out all the vegetables and stuff, all the stuff that we're not really using right now, and organize it and put the meat in the meat freezer and maybe the veggies in the veggie freezer, so I can figure out what we have to use it more efficiently. So that's the plan for this video. We're going to do hot dog buns, clean out the freezer, do 2 batches of hot sauce, 1 spicy, 1 on the sweet side. And I think that's everything. And this is almost done proofing. We have about 7 minutes left. Hey baby, what's on? You made a mess in there with your hot dogs and stuff. Yeah, you did. So my daughter will eat hot dogs with just a slice of bread with the sourdough. That's how she prefers it. But my husband and I haven't had any hot dogs because I kept putting off doing these hot dog buns. So I plan on, I was supposed to double this recipe and I forgot. So I think this time, since I already have all this proofing, I'll just do 1 batch, see how many hot dog buns we get, and then double it next time. So I need 3 tablespoons of butter melted. So I'm going to go ahead and get that melted so it has time to cool. Alright, there's the 2 eggs. You going to close the door for Mommy? Alright, I'm going to put 3 tablespoons in here. put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. So the recipe calls that these 2 eggs are supposed to be divided. You put one in the dough and then one you use an egg wash. Last time I added both into the dough and it turned out fine. My husband liked it the way I did it last time, so I'm just going to continue to do that. I'm going to put both the eggs into the dough. I'm not sure if that made it softer or if it made it worse, but that's the way I'm doing it. The recipe also calls for 1 tablespoon of milk. We are out of milk. I haven't been to the store in a few days, so I'm just going to use a tablespoon of half and half. So I'm going to get that out. Alright, so it has been 15 minutes since we were letting this kind of poof up some. It's nice and bubbly and smells nice and sour or yeasty. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up. So I need to whisk in the egg, melted butter, sugar, and salt thoroughly into the yeast mixture. So I'm going to put in 2 eggs. No. Not the knife. So there's 1 egg, 2 eggs. Mom needs to trash out. Be careful. All right, what'd you do with Mommy's hand towel? So there's the egg. Make sure this butter is cooled off some. I think I'm going to add this last since it still feels kind of warm. Sugar, let's see, I need 3 tablespoons of white sugar. So 1, 2, 3. Mommy's done in here. Oh no, you don't get to play in it. 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. There's a 1/4. Here's a 1. That's my toe. You just stepped on. I'm going to turn this on, mix it well, and then add the butter since the butter's still on the warm side. So you just want to mix this thoroughly into the yeast mixture and then add the remaining flour, which is about 3 cups. Watch your fingies now. We gotta get in here. Mommy's got 3 cups of flour. Yeah. Don't stick your hand in there. You don't want to stick your hand. 1 cup. 2 cups. 3 cups. Alright, and then I'm going to turn this back on and knead it until soft and sticky for 5 to 6 minutes using the dough ball. I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of flour since this is still really wet dough and it's sticking bad to my spatula. Yes. So it has been 5 to 6 minutes. And this is a good consistency for the dough. It's sticky, but doesn't really stick to your hands. What did up there? But oh, nope, I lied. It's very sticky. Let's see, I'm gonna add some more flour to this. Watch your fingies. Watch your fingies. There you go. I'm I'm just going to work it here in the bowl. So you want this dough to feel kind of sticky, but not stick to your hands, which is where we're at. So I'm just going to roll this into itself, make a nice little ball, and then sprinkle olive oil into the bottom of this. And then coat this well with olive oil. Alright, so this is good to go. It says it takes about 2 hours. So I'm just going to cover this and leave it in a warm spot. Alright, got a new hand towel since my daughter decided to play with my other one. And I'm just going to cover this up and leave it in a nice warm spot to rise for 2 hours. What's wrong? And I'm going to keep this just in case we need it. Put this in the sink. And I will see you back here in 2 hours. Alright, so it's been about 2.5 hours since I let this bread rise. I was trying to put my daughter to sleep, so I just put her to sleep. And you can see how large this is now. It's turned out beautiful. And let's see what we got to do next. Transfer dough to a floured work surface and pat to fighten any bubbles into a slightly round. Cut into 8 equal pieces. Alright, since we're doing hot dog buns and not hamburger buns, I'm going to do them in oval shape. And it says it makes 8, so I'm going to aim for 8. And then go from there. Let's get my pan and my parchment paper set up. So I think I'm going to split this into 8 portions and then work on shape later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I could do almost double this, because that's a decent amount right there. And then some are smaller than others, so I can get a more accurate reading of what I want to do. This one might be too small. Yeah. Let's try this one. They don't have to be perfect. It's just us eating them. I guess that's a good hot dog shape. I don't want them too thick. This is the first time I've ever made hot dogs, so this is going to be trial and error. But I am getting tired of trying to find good hot dog buns in the store. We can usually find like the cheap brand like Walmart, but they have a list like that long of ingredients. And the organic hot dog buns, or the more natural hot dog buns, are very expensive. So I'm trying to find ways to cut our costs and for us to eat healthy. So I really need to get in the habit of making our own hot dog and hamburger buns. I meant to double this recipe, but things happened and I got distracted. I was just trying to get this started so I could work on it, so I wouldn't have to be up all night. I've been having problems sleeping at night, so I've been exhausted during the day. Back in here so I can make room. I think 8 comes in a pack, if I remember correctly. This just reminds me of Play-Doh. I was working Play-Doh with my daughter today. It's a little bit on the small side, but it's okay. Actually, I could probably take some of this one off right there. I'll redo this one. Let's scoop these down. I'm hoping these double in size. Because that dough, before I punched it down, was about half the size of this bowl. So I'm hoping these rise up quite a bit. But this is just an experiment. If this doesn't work out, I'll tweak the recipe or find a different recipe. Make this one a better shape. Flatten them down some so they're nice and wider. Alright, let's see how these turn out. I think I'm going to oil the top a little bit to keep them from drying out so they rise nicer. I'm just going to pat some oil on my hands and touch the top. And they said these should rise for about an hour. Yeah, rise until double about an hour. And I'll lay this back over it. Hopefully it doesn't stick. Clean up a little bit and then we'll start on the hot sauce. And put these on the stove so they're out of the way. And I think I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven so that way some of this heat from the stove hits the pan underneath and helps make them rise quicker. So let's see. Preheat oven to 375. Now for the hot sauce. I'm really excited to see how these turned out. I let them sit on the counter for about a week and then I stuck them in the fridge for another week. Mostly because I didn't have time to get to them. I've been so busy this week, so it allowed the fermentation to come down so it wouldn't over ferment or cause mold. It just slows everything down when you put it in the fridge. I think I'm going to use the little Ninja bullet I have versus trying to get out the whole food processor. This fits better in my dishwasher, and my dishwasher's already on the full side since I didn't get a chance to really run it for today's dishes. So I think my plan is going to be to strain the peppers out of the salt solution. And then I'm going to blend it up. And then I'm going to strain the peppers to get the seeds and the skin off out of the blender into the mason jar. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, here's our first one. And our second one. Smells very spicy and hot. This water did get fairly cloudy, but it did that the first day, so it looks fine to me. Smells fine, doesn't smell bad. So I'm just going to pour it in here to strain out the salt water. So I'm thinking by the time we blend all this up, Both these jars should fit in this one jar. We'll see how it works out. Does smell very peppery and nice. Let's see. Scoot all this over. I think I will use my food processor versus trying to do 4 or 5 batches using this little one. I could just do one and get it done over with. Well, I forgot that I was splitting these 2 batches. One I'm going to leave spicy, and the other one I'm going to add sugar to it. So I'm going to need maybe smaller jars. We'll see. I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar into this, since most hot sauces have vinegar. You would probably need a blender for this because this is not getting it smooth enough. It almost looks like, it's spicy. Whew, burn my nose. It almost looks like relish. So I might have to keep this in a thicker consistency, since this is not enough high powered to do a job as a blender would. I'll let it run for a little bit longer and see. Then add some more vinegar. Well, I might be able. It looks like pretty watery. I'm going to pour this out since I'm pretty sure we don't need it. And we're just going to see if this works. I probably should be wearing gloves, but it's fine. I'll probably regret it later. Okay, let's see how this works out. Let me move this over so you can see. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to leave this chunky. Let's see how much I get out of that. So these skins and seeds and stuff, I think I'm going to save and dehydrate and make our own chili flakes. I think I'm pretty much got all the fluids out that I was going to get. So I'm just going to put these in a bowl. And I got a decent amount out of this. Probably maybe about a cup and a half worth. If you want this thicker, you can put it on the stove and cook it. I'm going to see what it tastes like. I'm kind of afraid to try it. Ooh! That'll hit you. It does need to be cooked down. I can tell it's watery. I'm debating now if I should go ahead and do this one, add it to this batch, and then use my other one for the sugar one. And then I could cook it and get it thicker. Because at first I wasn't going to cook this, but I think it needs it. It's just too watery. you get a hint of the hotness to it, but then it goes instantly to like water down. So I think this really needs to be cooked or warmed up in the stove. So I'm gonna start putting this on the stove and get it to a slow simmer. I don't want it too hot because I don't want the vapors to go in the air. And it's a good thing my daughter's asleep, so I don't have to worry about this with her. So I'm just gonna pour this into a pot. And put this on the stove to get this start simmering while I work on my second batch. Put it in this bowl and I'll drain it. Strong. There. Let's bring you back over. Try not to touch my face. I'm just going to scrape down the edges since a lot of it's pulling up on the edge. I might need to open a window. I'm just going to add all these into this one and put it on the stove. This reminds me so much of kimchi, just the smell of it. I should have grabbed a larger bowl, but we're kind of just winging this whole event, so it's alright. Oops, blade. I do not want to cut myself, and with this hot sauce. That would not be a fun time. I'm gonna let this sit for a second while I rinse these off, put them in the dishwasher, so I don't have to touch them again. I will say if you had Texas Pete, this is about a tad bit spicier than Texas Pete, so it's not overly spicy. It might get hotter when I put it on the stove and I boil it. Alright, so I'm going to add this into the pot that's already semi-boiling. I'm we got about twice as much as we did last time. This is about 2 cups worth. I'm going to get my brown sugar out and add probably about, I think the recipe said 3 tablespoons. I think I'll start there and then go up. It's probably about 2. 1, 2. This just goes right through your nose. I'm gonna put this back in the stove and let it cook down some of the liquid if I don't die first. This is the first time making homemade hot sauce, so I might need to do this outside next time. I think I'm going to try some now to see how it tastes with the sugar. I think that definitely needs more sugar. But it's not extremely hot. It's one of those, if you take a bite out of it, you're like, whew, that's going to really back into it. And that's about it. Like my mouth is burning or tingling just a little bit. But it's still manageable. So I think I'm going to add another heaping tablespoon to this. Okay. About another one too. And I want to thicken this up some so I can drizzle it on stuff versus right now it's just so watery or just run off. So I am going to let it simmer enough to maybe do a quarter of this volume go down, and then that should be thick enough that I can pour it on stuff. The bread is rising nicely. I think it has maybe another 30 minutes. And I think now that we're at a stopping spot, I'm going to start working on my freezer so I can get done earlier. So I have 2 different boxes and a wipes box. I'm just going to put vegetables in one, meat in one, and maybe miscellaneous in this one. Because the meat is going to go in the meat freezer and the veggies are going to go in the veggie freezer. Let's see. So these are the rest of those peppers. So I'm going to put them in the veggie box. More peppers, veggie box. These are my daughter's pancakes. I'm going to leave them in here. I'm going to try to make this freezer kind of like the quick freezer where I put the instant meals at, my husband's ice cream, stuff like that. Here's those quiches crust that I made. This looks like ham, but I didn't mark this. But I'm like 99% sure this is the ham. Leave that out so I can mark it. This is caramel that I made. More peppers. These are banana peppers. They go in the vegetable box. These are bell peppers that were processed 2 years ago. They need to get used up. The vegetables. Vegetables. This is salsa I made. I'm going to keep that in here. I feel like my hair is falling down. Blueberries I'm going to put in the fruit box. I do have some old hot dog buns. I'm probably going to give these to the chickens since we're making some. Oh, these are perfect. I was going to make those 2 cans that popped. The 2 cans that did not seal when I pressure canned the chicken. I think I'm going to try to make like a pot pie soup, but use egg noodles. And I was going to buy some of this. The whole reason I haven't made it yet was because I was getting ready to go to the store and buy some of these. So now that we have these, I'm going to make with that tomorrow. My husband loves pot pie filling. So I'm hoping he'll love it if I put egg noodles in it. So I'm going to keep this in here so I want to use it tomorrow. Looks like an old bag of veggie scraps I didn't know I had. More peppers. Cookie dough. And this looks like trash. More peppers. Peppers. These carrots I'm going to give to the chickens. Let's do a chicken pile. Green beans. These are pork chops. I'll put them in the meat bucket. And this looks like some gravy that I made a while ago. I'm going to give this to the dogs. Alright, one side's done. This is some stuffing that we had left over from Thanksgiving. So I'm going to put that in the middle box. Oh, this is the corned beef that I need to mark. I have not marked that. I'm going to set this right here to mark it. Hamburger patties. Goes in the meat box. I have one Korean pepper. I think I was saving this for seeds. Tomato paste. Actually, this looks like pizza sauce. This looks like tomato paste. This looks like pizza sauce. That's a pork chop. Chicken. Whatever this is, it's freezer bird, so they're the dogs. Hamburger meat. Looks like peppers. Jalapeno peppers. This looks like a ham bone. I think I'll put this in the. I'm right on this, and I use this for beans. Looks like some tomatillos from the garden I have not used. Some of these bags are not sealed very well. These look like poblano peppers. I had a whole lot more vegetables than I thought I did in here. This looks like breadcrumbs. So I need to label that too. These are bell peppers from the garden that were not processed yet. These are elderberries. And I got 2 bags of broccoli. This looks like ham maybe that's been frozen too long. That goes to the dogs. Oh, my daughter had fish sticks down here. That looks like crab meat. Dogs. The fish sticks I'll leave for my daughter. Blueberries. These are our seasoned blend. Let me stir this. Ooh. Still very watery. I think I'm going to turn it down a smidgen. Looks like some bread that could go to the dogs. These are more peppers. I have fish in here. Looks like some sandwich meat and a chicken breast. Here, chicken breast. 2 chicken breasts. Alright, so veggies. This is chicken. More stuffing. Blueberry muffins for my daughter. This This is a pork loin. I'm going to give this to the dog. It's been open. Take out these tomatillas. There's a curry in here that I forgot about. Bananas I'm going to take out. These are the rest of the blueberries I'm going to take out. Scratch. Put all the dog stuff in here. The dog stuff I'm going to let defrost overnight, and then I'm going to throw it out there to the dogs for cooking tomorrow. It's probably dog, that looks like sandwich meat. The lemon peels. This is fairly recent, I just can't remember what it is. My nose is too messed up from hot sauce. I think this is soup that I made not too long ago, maybe a month ago. So I'm going to leave the soup in here. Alright. Bottom study to use this semi-recently, or semi-soon, and the daughter stuff's going on top. I really need to wipe this clean out and vacuum it. I can't do it this late, my daughter's asleep, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do it tomorrow. The stuffing I'll put in here. My veggie scraps. More veggie scraps. Stuff, my daughter's stuff. What I'm going to do tomorrow. Alright, I need to get my marker out. Ooh, I have one right here. This is tomato paste, because I remember putting it in here. I bought a jar too big, or can too big, so I saved the rest of it. This is salsa, homemade salsa. Cookie dough. Breadcrumbs from my sour bread. Curry. Ham. I need to make quiche and use up some of this ham. Maybe I'll do that Sunday. My husband's off Sunday. Oh, this is ham bone. Oh, this is caramel. This bad. Oh. This is corned beef. I just did this one last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. So I'm just going to put January 1st. Around that time. I can probably put that in the big freezer. I don't plan on using it anytime soon. Alright. So the dog stuff, I'm just going to stick on the counter. Let's check on the rolls. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bake these. They're about double in size. Alright, let's check my recipe, see what I have to bake it at. 15 to 17 minutes. I'm going to go for 17 since they're on the larger side versus the hamburgers. And my hair is about done for this evening. This is a very beautiful color. My husband's going to come home from work and get hit with the hot sauce smell. He's probably not going to be a happy camper. He's not prepared for it. Ooh. Oh yeah, that got hotter. Ooh. It's still doable. It's just hot. But I think we're good on the sugar because you get a hint of sugar and then bam, hotness right after that. Oh, my poor sinuses. Alright, so I'm going to put this back. Brown sugar because we're done with this. I would like this thicker, but I don't want to make it too hot where I can't have any of it. So I might cool it down to see if it thickens up on its own once it's cooled. Because right now it's at my hotness level. It'd probably be good on something. It wouldn't be as hot. Straight up it's hot. But any hotter than this, and it's pushing my limits. So I think I'm going to call this quit on trying to get it to reduce more. Alright, and let's start moving this stuff outside to our freezer space. It's still semi-trash because we're still rearranging some stuff. And I gotta clean out our deep freeze. We took everything out of our deep freeze and moved it into the new freezer so I could clean out the deep freeze. So this is the box of vegetables. See anything, can you? I'm sorry, it's really dark. I'm just going to put these in here to get them out of the way. I think I'll have a shelf just for peppers, because we have so many peppers. Broccoli on one shelf. Peppers. Some potatoes. I wish I had this light on. This does not have a light on it. Oh well. Peppers. Peppers. Pepper. And beans. Pepper. Peppers. So many peppers. Peppers. And what is this? Peppers. I'll take a picture of this and then put it up right now and explain a little bit what I did. Here is a better view of the freezer that we filled up last night. Down here is the fruits. Then I have my tomatillas and some random mixed bags. And then this shelf up here is my peppers. And this is hopefully a start to many more vegetables getting filled up in here when the garden comes in. Box number 2. Alright, this is the box of fruit. My hair's falling out. The house smells great. But you walk in, you just get a whiff of like smoked hot peppers. So it'll make your nose run. Hopefully it's not affecting my daughter too much. And it's really dark in here. Alright, so we're going to put the fruit in here. This is bananas. Put this on the bottom. Blueberries. That stuffing should have went in the kitchen freezer. Elderberries. Blueberries. Blueberries. The stuffing I'm going to put in the freezer. Let me close this so you can see better. Alright. But this stuffing I meant to put into the kitchen fridge since this has to be used sooner. So I'm going to go throw it out there. I'm going to throw this in there and go get the meat box. Alright. There's the meat. Let me move you so you can see the meat fridge better. Most of this stuff, like this box here, needs to go to the dump. This couch we're getting rid of. Alright, so corned beef. I'm going to put up here next to the roast. Chicken. My husband organized this, so I don't know what's going on. Chicken I'll put there. The sandwich meat I'll put in front of the turkey. Roast chicken I'll put right here. Fish. Put it there with the chicken. I think we have the ground beef is full. So I'll put it with the steaks. This is more chicken. This is pork. That with the turkey. These are hamburger patties. I'm going to put this in the door. Oh, and pork chops. Last meat. Put that with pork. So, I'll take you in here and we'll talk better. Here is what I call the meat freezer. I do have some vegetables in here. Most of this is like celery stalks that I use for broths. Like I mentioned before, my husband filled up this freezer. I need to move these broccoli over into the other freezer. This is more stock, celery stock, some frozen bread, chicken up here. This is some more chicken and pork, more pork. I think that's some roast back there. No, my husband put some fruit back here, so I need to move this over into with the other fruit. And this is what's left of our half a cow. Next year we're gonna get a full cow, so that should last us a while. And this is mostly, I think there's liver down there, and beef steaks, or cube steaks, and hamburger meat. And that's our meat freezer. And this freezer needs a good scrubbing. We just got it cleaned out and defrosted. I think my husband cleaned the inside of it. Yes, he's cleaned the inside of it and defrosted it well. So this just needs a good scrubbing on the outside. And those are our 3 good size freezers. Here's some of our chickens and roosters. Enjoying the nice wet weather. The rolls have about a minute left, and then we're going to pull those out and check on that. Let's check on hot sauce. It's thickened up quite a bit. It's still on the watery side, but nowhere near as watery as it was when we first put it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a can after I deal with my bread. It's so nice not having my daughter in here under my feet constantly, because this is where this is my peace, my happy place. My happy place is in this kitchen. And when my daughter comes in here and she's yelling at me and screaming, I feel like I need to be rushing so I can take care of her, and this doesn't become my happy place anymore. So when I'm in here after she goes to bed, it's my way of relaxing. So I'm glad you guys could join me here for that. So these came out beautiful. They are a little bit on the large side. I'm trying to think which one would be a good size bun. Maybe this one here. I probably could have made, what is this, 8? I probably could have made 9 or 10. So I'll write down the recipe that this makes 9 or 10 hot dog buns. Ooh, that's getting toasty. And hopefully that'll help adjust in the size. Nobody's going to complain. My husband's going to be like, no, I don't want homemade bread, extra homemade bread with my hot dog. It could dilute the hot dog flavor, but I'm pretty sure he would rather have the homemade bread. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that hot sauce in a jar. See if I don't spill this, pouring it. Pour it quick. I don't know, this worked out pretty good. Just enough. Alright. So I just went ahead and took my hair down. It was falling out anyways, driving me insane. All I have is new lids, so hopefully that does alright. I'm going to scoop this back and let that cool. And I'm going to make me a hot dog because I haven't had dinner yet and I'm starving. I've been waiting on these hot dog buns. I'm going to grab me the smaller bun. I think I'm going to slice it over the top. Get into it. Ooh, hot. Alright, add some ketchup and mustard. And here is our homemade hot dog buns. This one's a pretty decent size. It kind of reminds me of a hoagie roll. So let's take a bite. Mmm. That's really good. That bun just melts in your mouth because it's still nice and warm. And it's not as, I don't know, store-bought buns are really like dense and no flavor. And combined with this and the hot dog, it's just an explosion of flavor. It's amazing. Next time I will definitely make these in bulk. Probably triple or quadruple this recipe and put them in the deep freeze. And that way when I want hot dogs as a quick meal, I'm tired, don't feel like cooking, I can just pull out 4 hot dog buns for my entire family and we're good to go. But this was an experiment. I didn't want to make that many and then not like it. But this is amazing and I will continue to do this. So hopefully another video probably in February. I'll do a really big bulk cooking meal. We'll do hot dog buns, we'll do hamburger buns, I'll probably do biscuits and put them all in the freezer so I wouldn't have to worry about bread for a while. Because I do enough bread making weekly sourdoughs. I don't need any more making bread. So today we finished up the hot sauce. So that's out of my fridge. Well, this is going to go back in my fridge, but those 3 jars are out of my fridge and we're down to 1 jar. And it tastes great. It tastes amazing. Kind of tastes like sriracha, but twice as hot. We made hot dog buns from scratch. And I was also able to clean out my kitchen deep freezer. And now I have enough room in there. Ooh. The hot sauce is still getting to me. Now I have enough room in that deep freezer where I can put more of my daughter's snacks in there or her quick meals like her muffins, pancakes in the morning. And I can start working on doing semi-quick lunches for my daughter and my husband as well. And make this more of a main freezer for quick meals. And those 3 back there would be for ingredients. So that's the plan. And we had a busy night. I'm going to go to relax, finish eating, watch a movie, and then probably edit a video. But thank you so much for joining me here in the kitchen. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I try to upload every 3 days, and I would love for you to join me. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.